Are you in the market for an X-frame folding lightweight power chair? Well, stay tuned to this video review. Hey, I'm Alex with Marcs Mobility. In this video, we're going to go over the brand new released Jazzy Carbon 27X. Now, they do make a Jazzy Carbon 27 that folds more flat. This is going to fold more like an accordion style, so they are two different chairs, so don't be confused if you see the 27 and the 27X is not the same unit. The 27X is going to have a 275-pound weight capacity, and it is going to go up to 8 miles on a full charge. It still is going to get you about 3.7 miles an hour top end speed, but really the major difference between the 27 and the 27X is how it folds, and the foot plates on the 27X are individual footrests. So these footrests do flip up both ways. So you can flip them up this way, and then you're also able to flip them up this way. And then if your leg strap was not here, you can actually tuck them in as well. So you can really get them out of the way. Now this unit is going to be about 41 inches in length because you have these individual foot plates, but they are height adjustable. You are able to adjust this a couple inches. The standard foot plate to top of seat is about 17 inches from the foot plate to the top of the seat. Now, I saw somewhere in there the measurement that Pride gave on this seat. It's really going to depend on where they measure it at, because if you're measuring at the highest point, you're at about 21.5 inches. If you measure it in the back at the lowest point, you're just a little bit under 20 inches because it does have a little bit of a sloped seat to the unit itself. So, once again, just depending on where you're measuring it, that is one thing that I saw. I'm not sure, they're probably measuring it more towards the back where your tailbone is, but you are a little bit higher in the front. Now, this is going to be an airline approved unit, and what's really cool and really unique about this unit is it is going to come with one battery on this side, and it is going to have a built-in cup holder on the other side. But what is super cool about it is you are able to put the battery on either side, and you are able to remove this cup holder and put an additional battery on the left-hand side, which ultimately would then double up your distance. Now, one thing I'll mention as well on the unit is you are going to have a switch over here on the side that is going to toggle between the left and the right battery, which is great for one reason. If you were to drive somewhere and you were going to come back on the same terrain and both your batteries were charged, you know if you made it on one battery, you should be able to make it on the other battery. Only downside to it would be is when you charge this through the joystick, it's only going to charge the battery that the switch is engaged on. Now, the battery does come out very easily as well, as you can see here. And there is going to be a charging port on the bottom of this as well. So you can charge it right into the battery, but just remember, if you are charging it in the chair and you do have dual batteries on the unit, make sure that you are charging both sides. Because I've had individuals before with units similar to this, only charge one battery on one side, forgot to charge the other one, whether they ruined the battery or realized it when they were out and couldn't get back because they didn't charge both batteries. That is a very important thing to do. But I do think it's a pretty cool thing that you are going to have basically equal distances on either side by just switching the switch to be able to get you that up to 8 miles additional range. And also, they're both airline approved. It actually tells you right here on the battery, these are 250 watt hour batteries. So anything under 300 watt hours is going to be approved for airline travel, cruises, and trains. This is going to have the same joystick on there that you've seen maybe on the Jazzy Ultralight. So it's a nice, easy to use joystick. It is going to have your speed gauge across the top and a couple different drive profiles on there. So you are able to go pretty slow with the unit and then up to 3.7 miles an hour at top end speed when you are wanting to go a little bit faster. Now I'm going to go ahead and kind of turn this around to the back. It has 150 watt brushless motors on either side. You can see how they are offset. That is intentional because when the chair folds up kind of like an accordion, if they were to be at the same inline level, then they would hit each other. So that is intentional why they are offset, basically so that you are able to fold the chair up more into that accordion type style. Now to fold it up, you are going to remove your cushion from the bottom. You do need to flip your foot plates up as well. Then you can take your backrest and drop these two bars down. And then from here, once you've done those steps, you take the two handles and you flip it up and it folds up pretty small. Now, once again, this is without the battery in it. I still have the battery inside the unit, but without the battery is 27.5 pounds. Obviously, that battery is going to weigh 3 or 4 pounds, so it will add a little bit of weight to the unit, and then it's going to depend on if you add the secondary battery as well. But if you don't have the batteries on the unit, it's 27.5 pounds, and that's a true weight. A lot of manufacturers like to tell you, well, without the foot plate, without the joystick, without different functions, you can be down in 26, 25 pounds. This is accurate. Yes, you can drop the weight down if you take your foot plate and your joystick off, but this is going to be more of your lifting weight. So you are going to have two handles underneath there. So this is going to slide in the back of most vehicles, behind the front row seats. There's going to be different applications of how you might be able to use this and store this unit. But this is what it's going to look like when the unit is folded up. That's going to put you at overall width, the widest point looks like the tires, about 10.5 inches in overall width. And then in length, with your foot plates still kind of like this, which you can flip them up even more inwards if you didn't have this strap on here. So I'll give you a couple different measurements. Foot plates, when it's folded like this, you're going to be about 37.5 inches of overall length. And I believe if I was to lift this strap up and pull this foot plate in like that, and I did it on both sides, now I'm going to shave down a little bit of overall length. Now you're probably more about 34.5 inches. So you're able to shave off about 3 inches if you were to actually tuck those foot plates in. But once again, overall height, highest point looks to be either the joystick knob or this the backrest over here at about 30.5 inches. So that's going to be kind of the dimensions when you are folding this unit up. To unfold the unit, just begin to push it apart, push down on the seat. You'll feel it kind of snap back into place. Then you can take your seat, put your seat back on, and then take your back handles back here and flip those back up. And now you are ready to go. On the back of this unit as well, which I'll show you in the video, it does kind of allow you to adjust how much tension you want on the back of the seat or how much give you want. So you can see how you can really tighten it up or you can loosen it up as well, just depending on what your level of comfort is. And then the back over here, you are going to have a rear pouch. And here is just the owner's manual, but you could also put your charger back here as well. And then all of these units are going to come with a seat belt also. So once again, this is going to be the Jazzy Carbon 27X. So it is going to have a little bit larger turning radius just due to that 41-inch length and because you have the foot plate. So you're going to be about 31.5 inches, 35.5 inches of overall turning radius on the unit. But you're still going to have the solid tires, about 7 inches in the front and about 10-inch solid tires in the back. So now if you would, go ahead and follow me outside. I'm going to do a driving demonstration on this unit. All right, so what we have here is the Jazzy Carbon 27X. This is the X-frame folding power chair. This unit is going to only be 27 pounds and does fold up into an accordion style chair. This unit does have individual foot plates, so you can see the overall comfort of me sitting in this chair. It is actually pretty comfortable. Now I would mention to you as well, X-frame folding chairs, you're really only going to primarily want to use it on flat top surfaces. When you start getting on anything that is going to be uneven ground, you kind of feel a little bit of the X-frame folding chairs a little bit into your back. But overall size, I'm 6 foot, about 200 pounds. You can see that I do sit pretty well in this unit. It is a pretty responsive type chair. But overall, this is a nice unit that is going to be one of the lightest weight carbon fiber folding units on the market currently today. And I'm going to go over here in the grass as well just to kind of see how it performs. So here we have the Jazzy Carbon 27. It doesn't have a ton of power when you're turning in the grass. Once again, I'm 200 pounds, so it is rated for up to 275. So I'd recommend something like this on a hard top surface, but you know, it still will go. It does have plenty of power when going forward, just kind of wants to hesitate a little bit while turning. So wouldn't recommend going in the yard with this unit, but if you needed to, it would have the ability to do that as well. So once again, if you're looking for something lightweight that's going to fold and fit in the back of your vehicle, probably behind the front row seats as well, go ahead and take a look at the Jazzy Carbon 27X by Pride Mobility.
Hi, I'm Marc.
And my name is Alex. We're co-owners of Marcs Mobility.
I started this company in 1995.
We sell many products, not just what you see in this video. If you have any questions or concerns, please call us at the number below at 800-677-6293. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.